Hello friends, today I would like to demonstrate that how to do the paper 7 practicals, that is analog electronic circuits, in which I would like to use altogether a new software called LT Spice, which is used by the IIT professors and the students. So first of all, you should go to directly go to Google and then speak directly LT Spice. Okay, then LT Spice simulator analog devices, you'll get dialog, and then once when you click on this, you'll get this type of interface where you download it for your Windows 8 or 10. Okay, so once when you download it, already I have downloaded it, so it will have that type of an icon which is having 46.2 MB of size. So you click on it and then you install it. Okay, already I have installed it, so there is no problem, and I will directly now open and then show you how that interface would look like. Right, so this is the interface where at the top you will have all the ready icons and some of the number of electronic and electrical tools that are available. Okay, once when you really do it, you will understand it, because they are all somewhat user friendly. Okay, so first of all you have to start a new schematic. So once when you click on that new schematic which is there in the file menu, then you will find a gray colored workspace, and there now you have to select the component. Okay, so there you have something like a gate symbol. Okay, and gate symbols, and in which once when you click on this one, you will get one dialog box where you will have all the components available. So I want to demonstrate today how to do the inverting op-amp experiment. So go to the dialog box and then search for universal op-amp. So once when you do that, you will get this type of diagram where you have to just put it on the canvas by left clicking it, and then you have to press the escape button so that it doesn't continue further. So now we have op-amp on our canvas or op-amp on our schematic, and now after that I would like to construct the entire circuit diagram with all the components for inverting op-amp experiment. So now I would like to demonstrate to you today the inverting op-amp amplifier. So we need to have other components, and then the circuit diagram should also be ready with us. So I'm showing here the inverting amplifier using op-amp. Okay, the schematic diagram will be as shown in figure. So we need other components and ground, the resistances, etc. So now we will see how to bring all the other components onto the schematic now. Okay, go to component icon where it would look like something like a gate symbol. So automatically you will get this dialog box where you have to choose the universal op-amp. Okay, so type universal op-amp, then it will come. Okay, and once when you click and then if it repeats itself, then press escape button, and then now see how to add the rest of the components. Search for voltage source, so it will immediately come, and then press escape if you don't want it, and if you want some 2 to 3, just you go on continue with that without pressing escape, and then put them in your respective places. Now search for the resistance, and it will also be available in the ready toolbox which is there in the top. Okay, So now you'll get the resistance, of course, in the vertical direction. You can now rotate it by using rotate option, which now I am showing. Right, we practice it, you will get it. So put the resistances in different places, and if you don't want, you press escape. Okay, now I would like to have ground, so I am taking the ground from the top menu bar. Now I would like to connect them with the wires, and that is in the pencil symbol you will have it. So wire, okay, so just put it wherever you want it, click on it, and then you will get the wire, and wherever you want the bend of 90 degrees, okay, definitely you will get only 90 degrees, either left side or right side. Okay, so you click there, and then now move the mouse in the desired direction, and come to the resistance. There you stop it, that means by clicking there it will stop, it will terminate, and then you go ahead with the same procedure in connecting the rest of these components. With all the wires, I am connecting them. I am completing the circuit. First of all, I am connecting it to R2, the resistance 2, which afterwards I will rename it as RF. Now I connect, this is plus VEE, which right now it is V3 symbol, connected to the ground just with the wire. And in this particular op amp, we need to supply this plus power supply and minus power supply, which is called plus VCC and minus VEE also. Okay, that we are now supplying it. Right now the names are V2 and V3. Later on we'll change it. Okay, and connect the positive terminal of this op amp to ground. Okay, because it is inverting op amp. Positive pin. Now we rename and then give the values to it. Right click at the place of that component. You'll get this dialog box, and then write whatever name you want it and say OK. Then automatically it changes to RF. And now you want to give the values. Once again, right click on it, and then in the place of the resistance you'll get a small white box. There you give the value 10K, 10,000 ohms I'm giving it. And for the R1 resistance I'll give just 1 kilo ohm, so that now the gain will be just 10K by 1K, that is 10 times the input voltage. Now I want to rename it as VCC, and I do want to give the value as plus 15 volts. And this is minus VEE, and then it's also 15 volts of value. Yes, you can zoom in and zoom out also to see the entire structure at once, right? So after confirming that everything is all right, okay, then you have to run. But before that we have the input voltage. So just give a sinusoidal wave of 50 millivolt and 1 kilohertz of potential. Okay, yeah, 1 kilohertz of frequency, and you can do it by right clicking on it and then go to advanced options. Okay, and choose sinusoidal wave, and then it will ask for the rest of the details. Now give a sinusoidal amplitude, that is nothing but the voltage of 50 millivolt, and frequency 1 kilohertz. Say OK. Then immediately just to the beside that V1, that is input voltage source, this sinusoidal wave with 50 millivolt volt and 1 kilohertz will appear. Now you just give the labels. That means this is input and that is output. For that purpose you should go to label net, okay, and type V input, right? Okay, say okay, then V input will come in to your cursor and keep it in the place there, and then press escape button so that you can get rid of it. And then once again go back to the same label net. Now type V out and then put it at the output value place, and then okay, press escape. Now your circuit is almost ready. Okay, go to simulation and then run, and it will ask for how much time. You can give it for a transient time of 0.01 second and say okay. Then immediately a black rectangular dialog box will open, and then below to that one your circuit will be there. And now you will get the pencil symbols. Okay, for example, you put that pencil symbol at the V input and then click on it, the left click, automatically in that particular the input will visibly appear to you in that particular graph, that is at the top place. Okay, and just ensure or look at or show to the students that it is exactly 50 millivolt. Okay, it's exactly 50 millivolt, and you can zoom in also and you can zoom out also, right? And now we will go for V output. This is what we exactly desire. So you will get exactly 10 times, that is 10k by 1k, that is 10 times, because the gain is this one. So the once when you just go to the calculations, it is input is 50 millivolt multiplied by 10 times, therefore it is 50 into 10 power minus 3 into 10. So this is nothing but 500 into 10 power minus 3. So which is once when you strike off these two zeros, you will get 10 power minus 1. So therefore you will get 0.5 volt as output, but it is a sinusoidal wave. We have to check and satisfy ourselves that it comes out to be 0.5 volts with a phase difference of 180 degrees. That's also very important, because we are doing inverting op amp. The output will be exactly out of a phase with respect to the input. That also you can check in that particular visible part of the graphical visible part of the sinusoidal wave. Just look at those values. Okay, see what is the input value and what is the output value, right? And satisfy yourself that yes, everything has worked well, right? And now you can save this project as the steps that I have shown. Go to file,